Happy Halloween, everybody! The month of the month of October is about to end. Oh, cool. It just takes me there. Okay. All right. So we we can't have Halloween without revealing one of the horrorcore legends that came from Detroit, Michigan. Esham with his, and I'm also including his group Natas. So if anyone wants to join in and just want to just for entertainment entertainment purposes, then you guys can join just for entertainment's sake. Let my phone cool down for a bit. Yeah, I might have unfollow her because yeah, Sudoa. I don't even know this chick. Like, why do you like? First of all, why do you want to know where I live? Delete, because I don't know who she is. I don't know who she is. Sudoa. Yeah, 'cause I don't know who she is. My son, Mike, well, I just want to tell him, does he want to join in just for, in entertainment purposes? Because, yeah, because I put a warning, a disclaimer in in the description. This review is not suitable for young kids. If any parent has has a child in the presence, make them watch, make like let them watch media, something that is family, that is geared towards their ages, like anything family friendly. Because Esham and Natas are not kid friendly. Are not kid friendly. This is not these albums are not for the faint of heart. I'm gonna say it out loud. These albums are not for the faint of heart. So I'm gonna keep this like, so I'm gonna keep this review in order to be safe on YouTube and not get blocked or get demonetized or whatever. I'm gonna stay relatively like PG-13, like PG or light PG-13 or light R rated, and not go beyond the barrier. Let's just leave it at that. If any parent has any kid involved, or if their kids are watching, or if their kids stumble upon YouTube, let them watch YouTube Kids. And what I mean, and what I mean by YouTube Kids, I mean stuff like, you know Max and Ruby, or Jake and the Neverland Pirates, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Bluey, all that stuff. Like, let them watch those cartoons, and don't let them watch this live stream, because this live stream is not for them. I'm telling him, do you want to join in for entertainment purposes? Because, like I said, these albums are not for the sensitive ones. I'm gonna say, do you want to join in? Join in the Esham live stream, like the Esham slash Natas live stream, just for entertainment purposes. Just for entertainment purposes. Wait till he responds. Oh, right. Oh, happy Halloween. So they do autism the autism society every year. Yeah, every well the Buttermilk Creek Farm event every October near Halloween. So that's why I worked those 2 days just to get that Saturday off. Let me check my schedule for next schedule. Jasmine Allen. I already worked Wednesday, so I don't need to work. Oh, I know I don't. All right, so the next schedule is gonna be Wednesday 5, Thursday off, Friday off, Saturday 12 to 4, and Sunday 12. Yeah, yeah, 12 volume. Sunday is volume. All right, all right. I'm gonna start this in like a few minutes. Yep, Esham and Natas, the granddaddies, the granddaddies of horrorcore. Like this is what started. Like I mean, you have other people like the Ghetto Boys. Excuse me, the Ghetto Boys, the Grave Diggers. Got people like Bone Thugs and Harmony in their earlier stages. What they did horrorcore. DMX also did it too with his album. It's dark and hell is hot. They have people like Kkkill too. Kkkill and MC Bushpig, who is a horrorcore artist that I'm going to step away from because his lyrics are not for fair. Like I said that about Esham and Natas, but Bushpig he takes things way further. He takes it all the way down the abyss where nobody, not even a sane, not even a brave person can travel down the depths within the abyss. That's where MC Bushpig, that's where his lyrics go. Like they go for they go for the extreme. Now he is a Australian horrorcore, or also known as brutal horrorcore. Brutal horrorcore. So yeah, his album. So yeah, not for the faint of heart, and not for like any sane person. And let me throw this out there: Esham is not is not satanic. Just because he raps about the devil and all that jazz does not does, does not make him satanic, and he's not a Satanist. He uses Satan and hell as references to how awful, like the horrible stuff that happens in Detroit, or or mainly the horrible stuff that happens within within our society, within our society, such as murder, crime, torture, suicide, mental illness, depression, um, SA, all that, all of that stuff, all that gruesome stuff that he covers in his music. So I want to throw that out there that Esham is not a is not satanic. I repeat, not satanic. Not. And with that out the way, let's start this review. So good. So what's up, YouTube? This is this is Rich John Butler in the building, and today I'm going to venture into the darkness with these two iconic. Okay, okay, you can watch the review when it's done. I'm going to keep it PG. I'm going to keep the review PG, or like PG, light PG-13, or light R, slightly towards the R. So that YouTube don't demonetize me. Okay, so what's good, YouTube? I'm Esham Butler, and today I'm going to venture into the darkness with these two iconic horrorcore albums from the early to mid '90s, and this is a double album review for these two classic albums. Number one, Esham Kill the Fetus from 1993, and Natas Doubelievengod in 1995. So for the first, so for the first, so for the first half of the review, I'm going to cover "Kill the Fetus," which is Esham's third studio album, which was released in June 16th, 1993, on Real Life Records, and the album's lyrics focus on subjects such as murder and abortion, The album, which has been cited as an iconic horrorcore album, has been praised for its genre-defining production and lyrics. It is considered to be Esham's critical breakthrough compared to lackluster reviews of his previous albums. The the only single off this song is Sunshine, and the genre for Kill the Fetus is horrorcore and rap rock. So, for those of y'all who don't know who Esham is, Esham was born in September 20th, 1973, in Detroit, Michigan. He His full name is Esham Atticus Smith, but he's well known by his real name, Esham. Esham is a hardcore slash horrorcore, or also known as acid rap rapper from Detroit, Michigan. He calls his style of rock influenced rap acid rap. He released his first album, Booming Words from Hell, in 1990 at the age of 16, and attended Osborne High School in Detroit. That same year, he teamed up with Detroit natives TNT, and Mastermind, and formed the group Natas, whose controversial debut, Life After Death, has been blamed for the suicide of a Tennessee youth after another EP released in 1992 entitled Helter Skelter dropped. Esham's most recognized and most controversial album, Kill the Fetus, hits doors. The cover of this album depicted an, un- an unborn fetus, and the title track was a song explaining why unfit drug addicted mothers should choose abortion over birth. Esham followed up with Nada's Blaze for Me in, in another solo Closed Casket. This, this was all a all a prelude to another controversial release, Do You Believe in God? Tracks tracks such as Pop Pop, Sunday School, and Heaven set an unprecedented mark for evilness in rap music. Esham later released his final final album on RLP, Dead Flowers. This was a transitional period into Esham's new Gotham label. Bruce Wayne, Gotham City, introduced the world to the new age Esham. After this release, the head nodding, trunk rattling multi-billionaire was released. So essentially, after Closed Casket, Esham wanted Esham did Dead Flowers. So basically, Dead Flowers was like the the album where he no longer talked about he no longer talked about the devil compared to his four previous like his first four previous albums, including Do You Believe in God by his group Natas. So after a 2-year break, Esham hit the scene with the colorful male dominant CD. This CD had everything from slow jams, retrospectives on Lost Ones, Wickedness, to 50 samples. The next release is what many feel was the critically acclaimed www.com. In 2001, Esham released what would become his smoothest album, Tongues, followed by Natas' sixth release, Godlike. Esham resumed of albums include 10 full resume of albums include 10 full albums, 4 EPs, 3 greatest hits compilations, and six releases with Natas. Not to mention working with and producing for Bone Thugs and Harmony, Ghetto E, Kkkill, Insane Clown Posse, and the Dayton Family from 1989 to 2005. Esham has given fans his heavy doses of real life, heavy mental music. Esham truly revolutionized Detroit's rap sound and is a local legend. Eminem, Eminem has listed Esham as an influence, as he mentions on his debut album, the Slim Shady LP. Esham's next album, A1 Yola, was released on April 19th, 2005 by Psychopathic Records. Included with the album was also a DVD with videos to every song, making Esham the first artist to make a music video for every song on an album. Towards the end of 2005, Esham, Esham could no longer be part of Psychopathic Records. His last concert under the label was at the fifth annual gathering of the Juggalos. He contributed to the Super Villains project and later left. The split was on bad terms, according to AcidRap.com. The reason, also according to AcidRap.com, was that Psychopathic Records did not allow him to use the name The Unholy, The Black Devil, or the group Natas. Although bitterness was expressed by both parties directly after the split, Esham and Psychopathic have since publicly apologized to one another and stated that any past grievance are water under the bridge. On June 6, 2006, or Esham released the Judgment Day box set, rap's first $100 box set, available only through the Natas website. This site includes Judgment Day Volume 1 and 2, the previously unreleased Judgment Day Volume 3 and 4, a new 6-track Esham EP, and a DVD featuring concert footage from 4. Only 1,000 have been produced. Phew. So that is what you need to know about Esham. He's a horrorcore legend from Detroit, and this is what the album cover looks. Well, no. So for this review, I am not going to show any albums from Esham, his album covers, because like I said, he's not for the faint of heart. Like his albums, his lyricisms, and and his songs, they're not for the faint of heart. And I'm throwing Natas in there too. Like their songs, their lyricisms, they're not for the faint of heart. Not for the faint of heart. So for anyone's safety, no album. I'm not going to show any of these album covers on YouTube. Just be safe, so that YouTube does not demonetize me. So just be safe. I'm not gonna show any of his album covers, but I'll say that his album covers are very nice. Like very cool album cover, which sets the mood for the whole album. So this album has 23 tracks, and let's get started with the first track, which is "What Is Evil." So with this track, it tells a so with this track, the opening lines of Esham's song "What Is Evil" introduce some of the central themes explored in the track, namely the controversial and often difficult to pin down nature of evil. The lyrics suggest that the definitions of evil can be deeply subjective, varying from person to person and influenced by factors such as politics, spirituality, and personal experience. The use of the phrase strongly advised in the parental guidance warning highlights the potentially disturbing and challenging nature of, of the material that follows. The song then moves into a dialogue between 5 or 6 individuals who are engaged i- in a debate about the nature of evil. They raise questions about whether evil is simply a matter of semantics or if it is something more sinister and innate, a deeper, darker force that drives people to commit atrocities. The language used in this section is deliberately vague, with evil force and terrifying power invoking a sense of primal fear and awe. Overall, the lyrics of What Is Evil invites the listener to engage with complex philosophical and psychological concepts around around the nature of good and evil, rather than providing the definitive answers. Isham's song encourages the audience to think critically, critically and explore their own beliefs and values. So, all in all, this is a very good way to start the album because it sets the mood for the album is going to talk about. And like I said at the beginning of this review, the live stream, this this album or this live stream is not for young kids. Not not for young kids. So if any kid stumbles upon YouTube, let them watch something that is kid friendly because Esham and Natas are not kid friendly. I'm gonna say it right now. They're not kid friendly. They're not child friendly. So if any kid stumbles upon YouTube, let them let them watch Nickelodeon, Disney, PBS Kids, what have you, DreamWorks, what have you. Just don't let them don't let them watch this video because I want the kids to maintain their innocence. But the first track, Was Evil, is a very good way to start the album because it sets you in the mood for what the album has in store for you. Now, track number 2 is Symptoms of Insanity. Yeah, Symptoms of Insanity, that is track 2. And so, again, a very good track that describes, so self-explanatory. This whole song is all about mental illness, the symptoms of insanity, mental illness, and it mainly describes a person who is struggling with their mental health. The singer starts the song by saying that they would rather be dead, referencing the unbearable pain they are experiencing. They reveal that their mother was a drug addict and they need a new head, implying that that they have inherited their mother's addiction and its consequences. The singer's paranoid thoughts are ultimately controlling them, as they believe that they are hearing voices and experiencing hallucinations. The singer's thoughts take a dark turn as they start talking about suicide and murder. The singer talks about their failed attempts at therapy, as their mental health issues have caused them to feel increasingly isolated, leading them to threaten violence against others and even act on it, as implied by the line, which I am not going to recite, because I want to keep this like PG-13, light R, because I don't want YouTube to block this live stream. So for this review, I'm going to avoid re- reciting lyrics to all to two of these albums. Just be safe. So the singer's use of violent imagery suggests that they are experiencing mania and a detachment from reality, leading them down a dark path. Despite the dark nature of the lyrics, the song sheds light on the importance of mental health awareness and the need for support for those who are struggling. So, a very dark track and a very relatable one, too. So, yeah, so a very good song, very good, very good, very good, very good production by Esham. Very dark song. Like, I like it. Now, track number 3 is Running From Me. Now, this is a very dope track right here. And it's only like, it's a very short track where it talks about, speak to the idea of evil, and specifically the devil as a very real threat. Esham compares those who believe in the devil to those who believe in God. A parallel meant to emphasize the seriousness of the situation. He claims that not all police officers take the threat of evil seriously and see it as nothing more than a ghost story. However, he has seen enough cases to know that it's a problem on a national level. Esham empathizes with those who might turn to suicide out of desperation, even including a hypothetical call to a suicide hotline in the middle of the song. The lyrical content of Running From Me is dark and provocative, as Esham uses violent imagery and language to convey the sense of evil and danger he sees in the world. The idea of the devil wielding a gun is particularly striking as it paints a vivid picture of a malevolent presence that threatens to take life at any moment. The song as a whole is a commentary on the dark aspects of human nature. The idea that there are forces at work in the world that we can't fully comprehend or control. So all in all, this is a very dope track, very dark. Like it's similar to track two. This is also a very dark and evil track that explains, you know, the the ongoing destruction of humanity. Like because in society, nothing is perfect. Not everything is peaches and cream. Not everything is sunshine and rainbows. Because anyone, whether they're sane or not, they can be victims to what society to to what society offers them, and some of them can even indulge in vices that even they cannot control, such as murder, crime, suicide, lust, gluttony, all that stuff. So it's pretty much the whole song is a commentary on the on the dark aspects of of human of human nature, just the insanity, the madness that goes on in the world, just everything that goes wrong in society that can't be it can be fixed, but I think it's too little, too late for some of them. So the whole song is a is a message about the idea that there are forces at work in the world that we can't even control, or we don't understand why it's happening, or how all of this is happening to us or around us. So a very dope track, very dark, yeah, very dark track. I love this one. Track number four is Voices in My Head. Yeah, Voices in My Head. Now, this, again, uh, 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 another pretty another pretty cool song where it talks about where it talks about where it deals with the artist's inner turmoil and struggles with mental health. The repetition of the line "You're better off dead" reflects the negative thoughts and eternalized messages that Esham hears in his own head. The the song goes on to describe Esham's self-destructive thoughts and behavior, including thoughts of suicide and self-harm. The chorus, in particular, highlights the recurring theme of the voices that Esham hears and how they encourage him to harm himself. He describes drowning his sorrows in alcohol and struggling to differentiate between reality and his own thoughts. The lyrics touch on the isolation and loneliness that can often accompany mental health struggles, with Esham feeling like I can hear you, but can't see, and questioning whether he's just lonely or just going insane. Overall, the song offers a raw and honest portrayal of the pain and confusion that can come with mental illness, while also touching on the difficult topics of suicide. Through his lyrics, Esham sheds light on the importance of mental health awareness and support. So a very cool message to anyone, like for anyone who are who have thoughts about suicide. Get help immediately. Like don't wait till the last minute to get help. Like if you have suicidal thoughts, or if you feel lonely, or isolated, or if you have depression, it's not too late to ask for, like it's not too late to, to, to ask for help. Like like yeah, because is not suicide is not a joke. Because if you have thoughts about suicide, call like call 988 suicide crisis lifeline, or the suicide hotline, where, where they can help you, you know, where they can help you, you know, get over to get, to get over your thoughts about suicide. And again, this is a very important song to anyone who have thoughts about, self harming themselves, or basically just very dark thoughts about suicide in general. Because there because there are people out here who could help you. So so it's not too late to ask for help. So this is a very cool song, very very cool song, and, and very cool message. Now, track 5 is no singing slash misery. Again, another 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 solid track, where this one revolves around where so Esham's song "No Singing slash Misery" is a bleak and dark take on death and the rituals surrounding it. The lyrics describe Esham's wishes for his own funeral, specifically stating that he does not want any singing or preaching. He wants to be placed in his coffin face down and butt naked, with with, with the possibility of haunting his loved ones if they make it a closed coffin. He mentions his dislike of sad songs and wants to rest in peace without anyone singing to him. The lyrics are filled with references to death and dying, and the overall tone is very somber and morbid. Esham talks about misery and how sad songs last long, while also acknowledging that death isn't is inevitable, and that we are all guaranteed to die. His lyrics speak to the inevitability of death and the various reactions people may have to it. Aside from its dark and depressing themes, no singing slash misery is also it is also notable for its use of profanity and graphic depictions of violence. Esham's lyrics are confrontational and provocative, challenging listeners to confront their own views on death and mortality. The song is part of his larger body of work, which is known for blending elements of horrorcore industrial music, and gangster rap. So so all in all, very cool song, very dark message, and I love. uh, And again, I love Esham's production production of this song. So it's very a, a very solid song. I like it. Now track six is Jackie. Again, this this is a very solid track where it basically talks about you know the the lyrics in Esham's song Jackie are explicit and revolve around excuse me a woman named Jackie who is described as a promiscuous and sexually explicit person. Esham speaks of Jackie's addiction to performing. Oh, you know what? Let me do this. So Esham speaks of Jackie's addiction to performing oral sex, stating that she would do so willingly and without being prompted. He also suggests that she likes to drink. Okay, you know what? You know his drink. She likes to she likes to drink his man juice, and he is both fascinated and disgusted by it. The lyrics can be interpreted as a commentary on sexual addiction and its effects on those who struggle with it. Additionally, the lyrics may also highlight the stigma around women who are openly sexual, as Jackie is referred to as a bitch and a hoe. Isham seems to derive pleasure from her sexual prowess, as well as the power he has over her, but also recognizes that her behavior and addiction are not healthy. Overall, the song's lyrics are provocative and controversial, and they have been both celebrated and criticized for their gritty and explicit nature. So very cool song, very dope lyrics. I love the lyrics where he says, "Hey Jackie, 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 hey Jackie, 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 hey Jackie, 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 hey Jackie, 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 Jackie," like that. Like I just love that that little that chorus where he says those where he says the lines. Oh Jackie, 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 baby. Jackie, 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 baby. Jackie, 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 baby. Like that, like that chorus, that chorus alone makes you want to dance to the song, even though the whole message of the song is very dark and very depressing. So yeah, so it's a pretty much there's a there's a like a dissonance to the song. Like it makes you want to dance, but the whole theme of the song by itself is very dark and very disturbing. So it creates that dissonance where it can make you dance, but also the song itself is very dark and very disturbing. So very cool song, very dope lyrics, love it. Now track seven, Game of Death. Now, pretty cool song right here. I love the sample where Esham uses that Jeopardy sample where it goes dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Like that, like that theme song, or that that theme song from Jeopardy, where you have to wait, where you have to enter a question. That sample, love that sample. So the lyrics to Esham's song Game of Death describes a violent and deadly game where the players spin the wheel and deal out cards to each other. Each time the chain ball stops spinning, however, spinning, whoever it points to must duck down to avoid getting chopped to the ground. The game is played by bad guys who don't care about losing because they always seem to come back again and again. The lyrics describes the brutality of the game, with players often losing their lives or being severely injured. The artists rap about their skills in the game and how they always come out on top, describing their magic and voodoo skills used to win. Esham sings about playing Russian roulette and chopping off heads, not caring about the consequences because he's already kind of misled and would rather be dead. The song is greedy, violent, and unapologetically brutal, showing the harsh reality of the game of death. Overall, the lyrics of Game of Death by Esham are 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 representative of the horrorcore genre, which is a subgenre of hip hop music that emphasizes horror themed lyrical content and imagery. The song also utilizes elements of gangsta rap and hardcore hip hop with a focus on violence and aggression. Its dark, violent lyrics were shocking to many at the time of its release and have continued to be divisive, drawing both criticism and praise for their graphic nature. So very cool song, very dope lyrics, very dope sample by Esham of the Jeopardy game. So I loved it. Love this song. Very cool, very dark, very gory, very graphic. Just this is how you do horrorcore. This, this, this whole album, including Do You Believe in God, this is how you do horrorcore. Like you capture the feeling of fear, depression, the feeling of isolation, where everything around you is just crumbling and you can't do nothing about it. That type of feeling, like mortality, all that stuff. That this is how you do horrorcore, right there, like real horrorcore, real horrorcore. This is how you do horrorcore. Track 8 is Headache slash Wet Daydreamer. Pretty short track, very cool, very solid track right here, where it talks about where the opening lines, let me play with you, let me play with your mental as I rock the instrumental, a beat and a rhyme and funky bass lines Essential set the tone for Esham's gritty and grimy style in Headache slash Wet Daydreamer. The song is a deep dive into Esham's cerebral world and his intricate rhymes and, metaphors serve as a gateway to his conscience. He compares his rhyming ability to Jackie's costume, exploring the depths of, the ocean, and the way he flows over beats is perfectly in sync with the funk bass lines. Esham delves deeper into his inner psyche with lines such as devil, the black devil, the devil's back, the devil's back, the devil swinging with an axe. The intense imagery of the devil with an axe illustrates the struggles in Esham's mind and his perspective on the world around him. He also highlights the readiness to confront anyone who crosses him, proclaiming, "I don't play. I don't fuck around. Niggas get bucked down with a buckshot." The second half of the song takes an unexpected turn and tells the story of Esham's sexual encounter with a woman who turns out to be a lesbian who jacks off with a broom. The raw and explicit language in this segment reflects Esham's unconventional approach to his music, unveiling the darker side of humanity without any filters. Overall, Headache with Daydreamer is a complex and multi-dimensional track that requires a deep understanding of Esham's psyche to fully grasp its essence. So similar to his other tracks, his other 7 tracks, for like consider like this is a very cool song, very solid song, very dark song, and I, I love the I like the message within the song where it talks about his mental health and everything. So it's a very cool song. Excuse me, I like it. Now, track 9, Hot Booty. Now this is a very cool track right here. Now this is a triple. Now this is not for this is not like I said, not for kids because this is a triple X song. So in his song Hot Booty, Esham raps about his quest to define big fat booties in Detroit to satisfy his sexual desires. He cruises down 7 Mile on the lookout for freak bones, big fat butts to hump. He boasts about his he boasts about he boasts about his promiscuity, claiming that he needs booty on his you know what every day, and that he's digging in the you know what like a shovel. Isham also expresses his belief that women are nothing but yeah, the nothing but you know properties, and that he doesn't care if they have boyfriends. He believes that the only thing women can do for him is to is do him with a hot booty. The lyrics of Hot Booty are controversial and have been criticized for their misogynistic and objectifying nature. Isham's portrayal, portrayal of women as mere sexual objects and his disregard for the dignity have been deemed offensive by many listeners, which is which very understandable, very understandable because women are more than just sex objects. Women have personalities. Women like women have personalities. They have they have feelings just just as much as any other person would have. They're not they're not trophies to 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 be won. They're human. However, Isham has defended his art, claiming that it is a reflection of his reality and the culture he grew up in. He argues that he is not promoting misogyny, but expressing his own experiences as a young man growing up in Detroit. So yeah, very cool, very dope song, very controversial song because of his lyrics. But I love but I love this song because it's it's very dope, and very triple X. So again, if you have kids involved, do not do not let them listen to this song. This is for adult. This is for adults only. Just just adults, not kids. Just adults. So very cool song, very dope song, very controversial. I love it. Now track 10 is I Thought You Knew. Pretty straightforward song. Like now, this is a straightforward song where it mainly talks about the lyrics of each song of I thought you knew depict the rappers' experiences and lifestyle while coming to terms with how people perceive him. Esham Esham is disappointed that people don't know him as he thought that they did. Hence the title. He sounds resentful and almost confrontational, and if he's tired of being misjudged by people who thought he knew him. Throughout the song, Esham raps about his sexual exploits with women, most notably his love for the number 69 and how he's run through plenty of women. He also discusses his distrust for for the police and media, who he believes try to make him look bad for not confront conforming to their to their standards. Isham asserts that he's just into making money. It doesn't it doesn't care about much else. He talks about his cocky attitude and, and his tendency to not think twice before engaging with other significant others. Phew. The song is is a reflection of Isham's life and the persona he portrays in his music. It, it, it is self-referential and delves into the themes of sex, violence, and capitalism, which are prevalent in the genre of horrorcore that Isham's a pioneer of. Overall, I Thought You Knew is a, is a portrayal of Isham's bitter realization that his image has been distorted by the people who he thought knew him best. So pretty cool song, pretty sad, very sad lyrics because anyone like because people have have a very like people have they just have the nerve to just judge you without knowing who you are as a person. So basically, this the whole song the whole song is a reflection of how Esham dislikes how people judge him without knowing who he is as a person, because people out here like the people out here in the real world still thinks he's a satanic rapper because he raps about the devil and all that. But in reality, Isham is not satanic. He's not satanic. Let me repeat that. He's not satanic. He uses Satan, hell, the devil as as a reference to explore the harsh reality of what of, of, of what it is like in Detroit, like how he grew up in Detroit, like the very harsh, the very dark, the very dark and tragic realities that he's experienced, and how he is using those tragic experiences to tell a story through his albums. So this is a very cool song. Very like this is still relevant now because this, this, this song is an eye opener to anyone who has that feeling of where everyone judges you, but they don't know you as a person. Like they don't they don't know the full extent of your story. So this is a very cool song. I like it. Love the message. Now track 11. If this ain't hell, very solid song right here, where it talks about so Isham's song "If This Ain't Hell" it is a powerful commentary on, American society and its many injustices. The opening lines, "Free your mind, and your ass will follow. The kingdom of heaven is the man," suggests that li- liberation can only come through mental freedom and self empowerment. The following verses highlight the various ways in which systemic oppression, racism, poverty, and violence affect black Americans and the struggle for survival in a country that seeks to eliminate them. Esham then turns his focus to the corrupt structures of power that perpetuate these injustices, referring to the White House, Washington, and the president. Yeah, and the president. He points out the hypocrisy of leaders who claim to be godly while engaging in acts of violence and, and exploitation. The chorus, "If this ain't hell, I can't tell, sell my soul inside my cell," it expresses the feeling of being trapped in a system that offers little hope of redemption and the ultimate price that must be paid for survival. Overall, "If This Ain't Hell" is a powerful critique of American society, drawing attention to the ways in which systemic oppression and violence against Black Americans continue to this day. It challenges listeners to consider the true nature of freedom and the price that must be paid for it. So overall, very cool song. This song is still like this song is still relevant to this day because let's face it. Let's not beat around the let's not be around the bush. This whole world is fucked up. This whole world, this whole world we live in, fucked up. It's been fucked up ever since. And and and, and I describe this world as an in between fuckery because you got your good moments, you got your in between moments, those middle moments, and then got the bad, the good, the mid, and the bad, and all of that creates what it is a very flawed society. We live in a very flawed society where the justice system is just shit. The White House, Washington, and the president, they're all flawed. Like the whole world is flawed. Everything that happens is all because of the bullshit that goes around, like crime, violence, the exploitation of media, the injustices, and just the racism towards Black Americans, the oppression, violence against Black Americans, just all of these negative connotations, all these negative experiences that we face, it still goes on to this very day. And yeah, yeah. So very dope song, very cool lyrics, very dark message that is still relevant to to this day. So so yeah, very cool song, very relevant, love it. Track 12, my understanding is zero. So very short track right here. This pretty much explains, you know, hold on. The lyrics of Esham's song, My Understanding is Zero, talks about his life as someone who has been born broke, beaten up, and with a bad reputation. He admits that he is not a hero and is always acting evil. The title represents a lack of understanding or knowledge, which he feels acutely, I mean, not acutely, acutely, as he navigates his harsh environment. He talks about how he has nothing to lose, so he carries a shank and keeps his hands on his gun while checking his bank account. He is constantly in survival mode and appears resigned resigned to die, even encouraging others to kill him. He believes his last words will be "fuck y'all" and wants to take others with him when he dies. This desperation and violence are further are, are further evidenced by his bloody butcher knife and his rejection of traditional values like religion, which he believes is just a means to obtain money. Esham's lyrics speak to the harsh realities of growing up in the ghetto and the toll it takes on a person's mental and emotional well being. He is someone who has been pushed to the brink and, and has very little hope left. He is exhausted and angry, which is evident in his disregard for his life and life of and the lives of others. The song serves as a commentary on the oppressive nature of poverty and how it can strip people of their humanity. So so again, very cool song, very solid song, very cool message that reflects on how he lived in poverty and where he just talks about how he's not a hero and is always acting evil and immoral, and how the whole song is especially a the whole song is all about how he failed to understand himself, or the knowledge of himself, which, which he feels acutely as he navigates through the harsh environment. So it's a very cool song, very dark and very sad and very dark song. I like it. So we got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11 tracks left. So track 13 is preparation. No, perpetration. There you go. Per, per, perpetration. There you go. So with this song, this talks about Esham discusses the act of fronting or lying in order to impress and gain attention from women. Esham's lyrics criticize those who engage in this behavior, stating that it is foolish and fake. He also touches on the idea that money can change a person's attitude and behavior towards others, particularly those towards friends who were previously close. Isham explains that women can be problematic and will often cheat on their partners or toward their emotions. The chorus perpetration, same situation, is repeated throughout the song, emphasizing the idea that this behavior is nothing new and it perpetuates the same cycles of lies, deception, and it ultimately leads to negative circumstances. Each song draws upon personal experiences and observations, highlighting the negative effects of perpetration and being dishonest. So very solid song, very solid song. Not not really one of my favorites, but I do love but I do love the lyrics. I just do love the lines where the chorus where he says perpetration, same situation, because because he's saying why am I not surprised? This always happens. Like the the cycle keeps going and going and going. It just keeps going and going and going. The cycle doesn't stop. So why am I surprised? So yeah, so very cool track, very solid song. I like it. Now track 14 is Freak Nasty. Again, now this is another cool track where it talks about the song Freak Nasty by Esham is an explicit and sexually charged rap tune that portrays the perspective of a man who is searching for a one night stand with a woman. The song opens with the repetition of the phrase freak nasty, freak nasty, which sets the tone for the rest of the song's content. It is a song about sexual desire and obsession. The lyrics are crass and lack finesse, which is a deliberate tactic of Isham to emphasize the rawness of his message. He uses strong language to describe his sexual desires and fantasies with women. And he is and he is uh, unapologetic about it. Esham's confidence is evident in the song as he approaches women with a proposition for sex. Despite being straightforward with his intentions, he encounters resistance from some women, which he struggles with. Throughout the song, Esham emphasizes his desire for a woman's body and sexual satisfaction. He uses vulgar language and the repetition of the phrase freak nasty, freak nasty, freak nasty, freak nasty, freak nasty, freak nasty to create an atmosphere of uninhibited sexuality. The song emphasizes the importance of sexual gratification for both the male and female partner. Isham's goal is to satisfy his own urges and desires, but he also ensures that his sexual partner is satisfied. Overall, Freak Nasty is a song that celebrates sexual desires with explicit language and graphic descriptions of sex. It is a song that portrays a man's desire for sexual gratification and sexual prowess. The song has been deemed controversial due to its vulgar lyrics, which some may find offensive. So yes, very dope song, like very cool song, very sensual, very sexy song, very controversial, which which one of the reasons why Esham is a legend. This is why this is why Esham is a legend because he does not sugarcoat nothing. He he does not he he does not hold back. He does not sugarcoat on nothing. So this is a very cool song, very dope sex song. Love it, love it. Track 15, Headhunter. This one right here is where he talks about the lyrics to like the lyrics to Esham's song Headhunter are dark and violent, invoking a sense of fear throughout the song. The repeated repeated refrain of Headhunter, Headhunter, goddamn man, I'm gonna get you is menacing and sets the tone for the song. The lyrics are clearly about a person who takes pleasure in hunting down and killing others. Someone who has little regard for human life. The first verse, performed by Mastermind of of Natas fame, further builds on this theme as he talks about taking aim and dropping bodies. He seems to revel in the violence, not caring about the consequences of his actions. The second verse, performed by Esham, portrays him as a similarly violent individual. He wants to blow someone's head off, and and is, and is described as a grave digger and slave hunter. The chorus, which repeats throughout the song, features both Mastermind and Esham singing about cutting the head off off the off the off, off the devil and throwing it at their targets. A clear sign of how inhumane and violent these characters are. Overall, the lyrics to this song are clearly meant to shock and terrify listeners. The repeated refrain, haunting beat, and menacing vocals create an atmosphere of fear and unease. The song seems to be about in, individuals who take pleasure in violence and have no regard for human life. Hate hunters who will pursue their victims to the ends of the earth. The lyrics don't hold back in their portrayal of this violence and brutality, making this a truly chilling song. So yeah, this type of song, I could definitely see that in the type of B horror movie or a slasher movie, like like a very gory Texas Chainsaw Massacre type of film like film, like because it has the atmosphere, it's very graphic, it's dark, it's brutal, similar to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but is also a very controversial film because of how brutal and just unreal unrelenting it is to the human eye, where it's a basically a commentary about how people are are used as livestock for people for other people to consume. So very cool song, very cool song, very dope song. I, I could definitely see this i- i- in a well made horror flick, like a well made slasher film. So very cool song, love it. Now the most controversial song of the of this album, "Kill the Fetus." Very very dark song. Like just the title the title alone, "Kill the Fetus." So self-explanatory. The whole song is all about abortion. It's all about abortion and how it presents it as an acceptable solution to the problems of life. In the, in the song, Esham portrays life as a meaningless existence where love is worthless, and it is not worth bringing a new life into this world unless you want to raise it to raise the baby as a cannibal like Jeffrey Dahmer. Esham argues that there is no point in having a child when the mother is a you know what and the father is absent. The rapper claims that the world is is a lousy place, and you cannot afford to feed another mouth or or raise a child in conditions of poverty. Esham presents the idea that suicide is a solution to the problems of life, and that killing a fetus is similar to committing suicide. He suggests that death is the only way to solve to solve a suicide solution, and he offers his contribution with his suicide solution, a 38 revolver. The rapper believes that life is a waste and a problem to society, and it's better to delete it. The song's provocative lyrics caused controversy and backlash, with some people claiming that Esham promoted violence and nihilism. However, others argue that the song is an artistic expression of the problems and dilemmas of life, and that it can raise important questions about whether about the value of life and the morality of of, of abortion. So yes, phew, phew. Ooh, yeah, very one of the darkest songs off this album. This is by far one of the darkest, deadliest songs of this album because it just speaks the truth about abortion and suicide. And yeah, very dark, very dark, very like very evil, very dark, very wicked, but also very true. Like it's just true. Like there's no other way. There's no other words to describe this song. Is that it's just like it's true because stuff like this happens because stuff like this is still ongoing in not just in the ghetto but in any city or wherever place you live. So this song is still relevant to this very day. So very cool song. I like it. Love it. Now, track 17, Don't Blame Me. This a this an this another cool song right here where it talks about the rapper delivers a sinister message that challenges the idea of conformity and religion. The opening lines of the song set the tone, and Esham declares that he's coming with a saw-off shotgun, and those who cross him might catch a bullet. He boasts about his ability to chop heads off, and the cemetery is full of the bodies he has dropped off. Esham's unhinged persona comes with a wicked mentality that he is not afraid to share in his music. He revels in the title of Headhunter and sings about the blasphemy that brings him hate from others. Esham's lyrics are not for Esham's lyrics are not for the faint are not for the faint-hearted. He goes on to sing about jacking off to porn flicks, killing people, and burning children in the name of teaching them a lesson. He criticized organized religion and those who blindly follow it. The song's chorus is a repeated refrain of "Don't blame me, don't blame me. The devil the devil made me do it," which Isham uses to shirk responsibility for his words and actions. Overall, Esham's "Don't Blame Me" is an intense and provocative song that challenges societal norms and conventional beliefs. Is a testament to the rapper's ability to push boundaries and make bold statements with his music. Again, similar to his other songs, this is also a very cool song, very solid lyrics. Just again, another very dark song where it talks about where you question about your own mortality, your morality, and the challenges of societal norms and conventional beliefs. So yeah, very cool song. Not for the faint, not for the faint, not for the faint of heart, not for the faint hearted. Like this whole album will scare people. Like this whole album will scare people. This will scare many people. Trust me, it will. Number 18, You Still Hoeing. Um, very very solid track right here where it talks about where it addresses well, yeah, the lyrics to Esham's "You Still Hoeing" are a scathing critique of promiscuity and the sex industry. The song is addressed to big butt sluts who make money by having sex, who are depicted as being played like dogs and treated disrespectfully by their clients. Esham suggests that being a prostitute is not a worthwhile pursuit as he keeps tally of his hoes like dominoes, racking and shackling them. Esham's condemning tone continues as he dismisses the women he encounters as being mere objects to being manipulated for personal pleasure. Excuse me. Though he may have give them money, it, is it is it it's an insignificant amount to him, and and, and he doesn't hesitate to take advantage of their bodies, regardless of the consequences. Ultimately, Isham seems to question whether these women will ever be able to leave the sex industry behind, as he asks whether they're still hoeing. The song's lyrics are both explicit and unapologetic in their portrayal of prostitution and Isham's own attitude towards it. However, it's worth noting that some listeners interpret the song's lyrics as being satirical, and that Isham himself has claimed that the song is not meant to be taken literally. So, so very solid song, very cool lyrics. I like it. Track 19, Sunshine. Again, a very cool track right here, where Isham explored the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of sunny days. Despite the fact that the song title might suggest a happy and carefree tone, the lyrics instead talk about the harsh realities of life that can often be hidden away from the light of day. Isham talks about feeling lost and alone, despite being in the midst of the bright sunshine. He questions why he ever did the things he did, wondering if it was all just to please someone else. He talks about the dangers and violence that can happen even in broad daylight, and how some people will stop at nothing to get what they want. Throughout the song, Isham paints a vivid picture of of a world that is often at odds with the images of happiness and peace that are generally associated with sunshine. He tells a story of a man who is just trying to survive in a world that doesn't always make sense, where everyone seems to be for out for themselves. Despite the darkness that pervades the song, there is something cathartic about the honesty of the lyrics. Each song's frankness and willingness to explore the uglier side of life makes Sunshine a powerful and thought-provoking track. So, very cool song, very cool message, and and and, and I love the sampling the of the My Life the of the My Life in Sunshine song that was done by Everybody Loves the Sunshine by Roy Ayers. And and speaking of and speaking of that, there's another another song that samples the My Life the My Life song the Everybody Loves Sunshine song, and that is Mary J. Blige's My Life song. Yeah, everybody loves the sunshine. So yeah, that's another song that sampled the everybody everybody loves the sunshine the sunshine song. This song and Mary J. Blige's "My Life" song. So very cool, very cool song, very dope lyrics, and and just a very honest message about how someone might think they're happy, but they're actually just dealing with the harsh they're they're happy, but they put on this facade of wholesomeness just to survive in a very harsh world. So very cool song, very cool sampling of Roy Ayers' song. Everybody loves the sunshine. Just very cool message. I love it. Now, track 20 is My Mind's Blowing Up. Now, again, this is a very um solid track. Like the track was solid where this one talks about in my mind's blowing up. Esham describes the inner turmoil he experiences in his mind. He acknowledges that life can be a challenge for everyone and wonders if it's all worth it. Esham admits to being frustrated with his circumstances, unable to find a way out of his inner turmoil, and hearing voices in his head that he wants to release. He talks about manic depression and sadness and being trapped in his own mind. Esham wrestles with his faith in God and whether or not he can trust him. The rapper goes on to talk about his struggles with LSD and how life is a riddle with death waiting on the other side. Esham's lyrics are a window into his struggles with mental health issues, of which Esham has spoken about publicly. It's likely that the song explores the eternal battle of having to deal with depression and psychological issues to create his music. It's an exploration of the thoughts of, a, of an unwilling artist who seeks nothing but guidance, hope, and self assurance. So very cool song, very dope song, very cool song, very solid song, where it talks about his mental illness and how it's important to learn about guidance, hope and self assurance, so that it, it can lead you it can lead you into the light where you can just find happiness and just be free from and just be free from your struggles, be free from your tragic from the tragedies that you faced. So pretty solid song. I like it. It's dope. Now track 21, Get On Down. Now this one um addresses but we're it's an unconventional rap piece that exudes a rebellious and nonchalant vibe, often seen in the attitudes of rappers from Detroit. At, at its core, the song encourages listeners to let loose and get down, disregarding societal expectations and norms. This message is conveyed through Esham's raw and and unfiltered lyrics, where he talks about his disregard for radio play and his willingness to do what he wants, regardless of what others think. Further, he states that his pockets are getting fatter, insinuating that he is not concerned with anyone but himself. Esham's defiance towards societal norms is also evident in his blasphemous and controversial statements. For instance, he mentions slitting his wrist and dropping acid, which are controversial topics, especially for their taboo nature. He also discredits preachers and educational institutions, saying that college is useless without money, and referring to preachers as motherfuckers. Such statements are not only rebellious, but also give insight into the harsh realities of society that people often overlook. The song's beat is hypnotic, with a fusion of rock and rap elements. Esham's lyrics are complemented by the DJ's commentary, which adds to the song's non-traditional rap feel. Overall, Get On Down is a perfect representation of Esham's music style, a conventional, non-conformist, and often controversial. So, pretty cool song, very dope lyrics, very true statements about societal norms and how he goes against those norms to push his to push his mes- to get his message across. So pretty cool song. I like it. All right, track now. Now my favorite track. Now this is a very now this is a favorite track of mine of this album. Track 22. To avoid, since the people, I'm gonna say the 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 number the number of the beast, or 666, the number the the number of the number of the beast. Very 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 dope, very dope song. Probably probably one of the next to Kill the Fetus. This is probably one of the darkest songs on this album, next to Kill the Fetus. So both songs are neck to neck. They're neck to neck. So these song so this song is all about the lyrics of each song. 666 are filled with excuse me, with aggression and a sense of chaos. In the open in the opening lines, he refers to those he dislikes as a-hole bastards, freaking jerks, and pricks. This is followed by Esham's introducing himself as the Black Devil and declaring that he's back and ready to enter the mix with brand new rhymes and the number 666. The song chorus repeatedly emphasizes the presence of the beast and a microphone in his hands. Throughout the rest of the song, Esham boasts about his murderous ways, his his lack his lack of concern for romance, and his affinity for causing chaos. He claims to have a tattoo of a dick on his foot, which he'll use to kick people in the ass while simultaneously fucking them up. He also references Jeffrey Dahmer and the screams of his victims. Overall, the song presents Esham as a violent and, and unhinged figure who revels in destruction. Very dope song, very dope lyrics, very dark, very violent, very gruesome, very gory. Again, this is horrorcore at its finest. This no wonder no wonder this is considered his breakthrough album because this is how you do horrorcore. Like the feeling of the dark atmosphere, the violent lyrics, just everything that what makes horrorcore. So very cool song, love it, love it. Now the last song of this album is Helter Skelter. Yep, Helter Skelter. Now pretty nice way to so this is a cool way so this is a nice way to a nice way to end out the album. Like again, similar to all of his tracks, this is a very dark track as well. So pretty nice way to end out the album. And that's all the songs and that's all the songs off of Kill the Fetus. So overall, this is a very dope album. Very dope album. Very dope horrorcore album. And this album, this is one of the reasons this is one of the reasons why Esham is considered the granddaddy of horrorcore because not only does because not only is he one of the best, but the way he talks about the way he uses metaphors of Satan, the devil, or hell as a way to describe the very bleak, harsh realities of how we live of how the world is very astounding. Like it's very astounding, and like I said, he's a he's an acquired taste for many people because of his lyrics and how he sings his songs. So not singing songs, how he raps his songs and all that, how he does his songs. So he's an acquired taste for many people because of his uncensored, unbrought lyrics. Like like I said, he's not for the faint of heart. And if you're like really religious, like I suggest that you don't listen to Esham because his lyricisms are very dark. They're very deadly. They're very demonic, but it's also true because, like I said, the world we live in has been hell. Like it's been hell from the start, and the way he addressed the way he uses the way he takes his experiences and making it and make them sound very like very catchy and relatable. That is something that's hard. Like that is a very cool. That is so cool with with the way he pull it off. So I'm gonna give Kill the Fetus a, a very a very big thumbs up because this how you do horrorcore. This how you do horrorcore. So so with that being said, Kill the Fetus deserves 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 a big thumbs up. because this is how you do horrorcore, like very raw, very uncensored, very unfiltered, and not for the faint of heart. So yes, this is horrorcore at its finest. And so now we're leaving Kill the Fetus, and, 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 and we're gonna go to his group Natas, with their third album, Do You Believe in God? Now this one came out in July 25th, 1995, and this was and this was released by the Real Life label, the Real Life record label. So no singles off of this album, unfortunately. Like yeah, because this album has not been promoted enough to get singles compared to Kill the Fetus, even though Kill the Fetus itself was not really promoted well because it only came out with one single, with, 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 which is Sunshine. But deeply, but but this but this album by Natas, Do You Believe in God, is very dope. So the genre is horrorcore and G funk, and G funk, that's gangsta funk. Yeah, gangsta funk. So I've already talked about Natas when I talked about Esham. I did mention Natas. So Natas, pretty much they are a Detroit acid rap trio. So that consists of Esham, Mastermind, and TNT, who tragically died. So rest in peace, TNT. But so this is the third album, Deep Believe in God, and similar to Kill, Kill a Fetus, I will not, and, and, and I repeat, I will not show the the album the album cover because like I said before, and I'll say it again, don't let YouTube demonetize me. So yes, so so with this album, the, this has 18 tracks. So let's get started with the title track, "Do You Believe in God?" So with this track, this one talks about pretty much. This one sets the whole mood for the album, and what what the album covers. So the lyrics the lyrics of not his song "Do You Believe in God" are centered around questioning the existence of God and the beliefs that has been instilled in us since birth. Each song starts off by revealing his doubts about the story of Adam and Eve, and how it has led to his mind being scattered. He then goes on to say that he trusts himself more than he does God, and that he doesn't fear the the consequences of his actions. His violent tendencies are expressed through the line, "In God I buzz caps to peel caps and fill billion naps, bitch." Um, TNT's part follows a similar pattern of disbelief and anger, with him burning his hands on the Bible and committing murder, among other things. He also questions the idea of a religious figure and whether or not it has any relevance in the problems he is facing. Mastermind's verse takes a different approach as he expresses that he would rather be dead than to believe in a higher power that doesn't make sense to him. In essence, the song is about challenging the beliefs that have been imposed upon us from a young age and finding out our own truth. So very dope song, very nice way to start the album, and that gives you that sets the very dark, morbid, and just demonic mood of the whole album. Now, track number two, Natas. So the song Natas by Natas is a dark and intense rap that explores themes of death, suicide, and violence. The lyrics begin with a news reporter about a fatal case of teenage Russian roulette, and then delve into the thoughts and emotions of three rappers: Mastermind, TNT, and Esham. Mastermind questions the existence of God and expresses his belief that he is one step away from heaven or hell. He challenges anyone who wishes harm upon him to try and take his life, boasting that he holds the power of life and death in his hands. TNT continues the theme of death and violence, declaring that he fills the world with hate and has crucified people with his rhymes. He taunts his enemies, telling them that he is the kryptonite to the Superman, and welcomes death as the doorway to meet God. To meet God, Isham, the last rapper, expresses his suicidal and homicidal tendencies, actively seeking out murder and inviting others to join him. The song's themes and lyrics are dark and disturbing, delving into taboo subjects related to death and suicide. However, the lyrics are also a commentary on the rapper's harsh, lived realities and the experiences of growing up in impoverished areas where violence and death are all too common. So again, very dope, a very dope track, very dope, very dark lyrics, very dark message that is still relevant to this very day. So I love it. Love this track. Track number three, Pop Pop. Very very dope song right here, where the song "Pop Pop" by Nas conveys the theme of violence, hatred, and revenge. The lyrics paint a picture of individuals who have lost loved ones to violent acts and are seeking retribution. They appear to have no regard for human life, and their only means of resolving issues is through gunfire. The opening bars of the song set a tone of aggression and danger with the repetition of pop pop, bitty pop pop pop, pop pop, bitty pop 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 pop, bitty pop 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 pop, bitty pop 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 pop. Like very dope, very dope lyrics, very dope lyrics. The artist uses provocative language, including derogatory terms for women and the police, to emphasize the anger and pain that the singers feel. The lyrics suggest that the singers are hardened criminals and have no fear of the consequences of their actions. They counsel they counsel against cowardice while threatening violence upon their enemies. The chorus, pop pop, emphasizes the sound of gunfire, and the singers assert their willingness to engage in deadly violence. They express a desire for revenge against those who have wronged them and their loved ones. The lyrics portray a dark and violent world where murder is is entertainment, and revenge is the only justice. So again, very cool song, very dope song, very dark song. I love it. I especially love the lyrics where it goes pop 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 bitty pop 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 pop. Like very dope song. I love like it kind of has that bone does a harmony like vibe through it because I could definitely see or hear bone does a harmony do the song. So very cool song. I love it. So track number 4 is Midnight. So Midnight. So this is an that this is an Esham solo track. Very cool track where it's a song. This is a song. This song is a greedy and violent story about a man caught up in a dangerous situation. The lyrics describe a nightmarish scenario in which the singer wakes up in the middle of the night, trembling and covered in blood. He believes his girlfriend has been murdered by some people who are out to get him. In a panic, he opens fire on his assassins and flees, leaving his girlfriend's body behind. He then calls his partner, and they flee the city together, encountering more violence along the way. Eventually, the singer is the only one left alive, but badly wounded, and hallucinating that the very people he's been fighting are actually demons coming to drag him to hell. The lyrics are full of vivid imagery and intense emotion, conveying conveying a sense of fear, desperation, and nihilism. The violence and profanity add to the song overall atmosphere of danger and despair. However, it's worth noting that the song also is also a critique of society that breeds violence, corruption, and mistrust, especially among young black men who are forced to navigate a hostile and oppressive world. So very dope song, very dope message. That very dark message, and where it just talks about how someone is out to get somebody, and the people that they're actually fighting are actually their demons. They're the demons that they have to fight that they had to fight with. But whether it's their inner demons or any demon that they could think of. So very cool song, very dope song, very dark lyrics. The message, I like it. Number track 5 is all right. Pretty cool track right here, where it just talks about. Oh, there we go. So these lyrics to Natas' song "It's Alright" are characterized by aggressive and confrontational language, with the performers using vulgar insults and references to drug use and sexual promiscuity. The opening dialogue set the tone for the song, with Esham asking TNT for his opinion on some people who are talking shit. TNT responds in kind, addressing bitches and hoes directly and asserting his superiority over them. He suggests that those who criticize him are jealous of his success and reputation, and that he is only interested in money, sex, and drugs. While the language used in these lyrics may be offensive to some listeners, it it is ref, it is reflective of the abrasive style of hip hop music that emerged in the 1990s, particularly in the Detroit area where Natas were based. The chorus, the chorus of the song, which repeats the phrase "It's a it's a right if you hide at night" several times, suggests that the performers are unconcerned with with the criticism of others and are happy to indulge in drug use as a way to as a way of escaping from their problems. The final refrain, "Hey, all you all you people all you people out there that's uptight, you better go sit back and smoke a fat one before a person smoke you," is a further indication of the confrontational nature of the lyrics and and the aggressive postering of the performers. Overall, Nadas' song is alright. It's a reflection of the raw, unfiltered energy of the early '90s hip hop and the confrontational attitudes of its performers. So, pretty cool song, very cool lyrics. I like it. Now, with these two tracks, I'm gonna tie them together. So, track number 6 is "Can I Rest in Peace," and 7 is "Torture." So, track number 6, track number 6, "Can I Rest in Peace," is a pretty solid, a pretty cool song where it just basically talks about some self-explanatory. It talks about let us rest in peace. Like, let us rest in peace for all we care. Like don't play sad movies, like sad songs. Don't play all that mushy stuff. Just let us die, put us in a coffin, and just let us and just let us and just let us rest in peace. Just simple as that. Now, track 7 is "Torture." Now, "Torture" is a very dope song, very dope song right here, where it talks about the song "Torture" by Natas is a is a dark exploration of violent fantasies about violent fantasies and sociopathic tendencies. The lyrics describe a world where murder and torture are commonplace, and the sense of danger and chaos is palpable. The verses are filled with graphic descriptions of violence, including cutting off, um, a person's, family jewels, burning people, burning people alive, and murdering innocent children for happy meals. The tone is unrelenting and unforgiving, and the lyrics paint a bleak portrait of a world where there is no escape from the horrors of humanity. The opening lines of the song set the mood for what is to come. Torture, nothing but torture. The repetition of the word torture throughout the song reinforces the theme of violence and pain, and the use of profanity and slang serve to heighten the intensity of the lyrics. The rappers seem to revel in their own depravity, taking pleasure in causing harm to others and in describing their violence acts in vivid detail. Overall, "Torture" is a disturbing and unsettling song that delves into the darkest corners of the human psyche. The lyrics are graphic and violent, and the tone is one of the most and the tone is one of un unmitigated brutality and aggression. Who's that? Who's that? So yeah, very dope song. One of my one of my favorite songs of this album. Very evil. Like, this will scare people. This would scare a lot of people. Like very sensitive people. This will scare a lot of people. Like torture, 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 like that. Like very dark lyrics, very dark songs. A very dark song. I love it. Now, track 8 is "We Almost Lost Detroit." Um, Very cool song right here, where the song we we almost lost the Detroit by Natas speaks about the harsh realities of living in Detroit and the struggles that the rappers have faced due to the violence and conflict in the city. The first verse performed by Esham deals with his belief and his opinions on the society he loves. He describes how he only believes in what he can see and highlights the violence that he fears is coming for him. He speaks about how he's been making music since 1989 and how he represents the city of Detroit. The chorus of the song contains a sample from Jill, a Jill Scott Heron song where he talks about the near nuclear disaster caused by a meltdown at a reactor near Detroit and links it to the city's problems. The second verse, performed by TNT, discusses how other people in the city view him and his music. He talks about how he is realer than most of the other rappers in the city, and how some people hate him for it. He also touches on the issues of who holds the power in the city, and how people who do uh, are not necessarily the ones that are highlighted in the media. The third and final verse, performed by Mastermind, deals with the consequences of living in Detroit. He describes the city as a war zone and talks about the risk that he faces every day. He also speaks about how he has faced criticism for his music, but how he would not back down and will continue to make the music that he believes in. So, pretty cool song, a pretty cool message, and just all around a very cool song. Very dope song. I like it. Now track now track now track 11. No, no, not track 11. Excuse me. Oh, track 9 is Heaven. So Heaven, that's a very cool song. That speaks about, the like questioning your beliefs in God. Like it continues the theme of the album where Esham, TNT, and Mastermind or Natas, like Natas, how they're just questioning their fate, their mortality, their morality, heaven or hell, all that jazz. So very cool song, like it, like very dope beat by the way too. So very dope beat too. Um, Track number 10, I Don't Care. Now with this song, I Don't Care, the lyrics of Nas's song "I Don't Care" expressed the frustration and despair felt by two rappers, Esham and Mastermind. The chorus repeats the phrase "I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care" 8 times, which reinforces the sense of apathy and disillusionment that characterizes the song. The first verse, delivered by Esham, reveals his disappointment with people, both men and women, who are dishonest, envious, and disrespectful. He admits that he sometimes feels depressed and helpless, and that there's no way out of the cycle of pain and suffering except through death. Isham also mentions how his own less less vicious behavior and his awareness of his own mortality. Mastermind's verse continues the theme of not caring, but it's more aggressive and confrontational. He challenges anyone who might want to mess with him, saying that he hangs with mentally deranged people and that he will shoot anyone who tries to harm him. He acknowledges that he doesn't trust anyone and that he expects to be killed by jealous rivals. The verse ends with Mastermind declaring that he doesn't care about anything and that he'd rather die than compromise his values. The I don't care attitude expressed in Nas' song can be interpreted in different ways. On one hand, it can be seen as nihilistic and defeatist, suggesting that life has no meaning and that people are cruel and selfish. On the other hand, it can be seen as a coping mechanism, a way to deal with the harsh realities of life by refusing to let them affect one's emotions or actions. The song may be appealing to listeners who are struggling with feelings of anger, sadness, or despair, and who feel like no one understands or cares about them. By channeling these emotions into music, Natas is able to connect with their audience and it offers them a sense of camaraderie and solidarity. So, a pretty sad song, pretty cool, a pretty cool track, very sad song as well because there are people out in this world who do feel like the world will be better off without them. Like, and people do have that mentality where they meet with people or encounter with people who who in their head might think is welcoming, but in reality they're just shit to them, and they think, oh, the world will be so much better without me if I die, which again is not always true. Not true because in reality, in the midst of all the bullshit you go through, there are still people who do care about you, who do genuinely care about you. So this song can hit home to anyone who feel any who has feels of anger, sadness, or despair. So very cool song, very cool message, very sad lyrics. I love it. Now, number 11 is Scream. Yeah, Scream. Yeah, track 11 is Scream. Very dope track right here, where it pretty much talks about Isham is expressing his frustrations and feeling of being trapped inside a paradox. He feels like he's not being heard enough, even though he has shared his deepest fears. Isham believes that his interfered plays connect the dots, and the evil in his style is incomprehensible by anyone. He is a wicked person whose style will never get old, and the sucker better stay out off him. Isham is a suicidal and homicidal brother, unlike others, and he does it for the suicidalness. He doesn't believe in Jesus and takes everything he loves, telling them there's no heaven above. He wants everyone to scream. He, he wants everyone. He wants everyone to scream with him. Isham's lyrics betray his anger and dissatisfaction with the world around him. He feels like he's different from everyone else, and people just don't understand him. His lyrics are dark and evoke a sense of hopelessness, which is why he wants everyone to scream with him. He's angry at the world, and he wants people to join him in his anger. Yep. This again. This is also one of my favorite songs of this album because I love how it's very dark. It's very evil. It's just like it's a perfect song where anyone who feels anger towards the world and they just want to take their frustration, they're just the deepest frustrations out, their deepest frustrations out in the world. This is a song for them. So this is a very dope song, very dope song. Love it, love this song, love this song. Now, track 12 is "Fuck the World," where this one is self-explanatory. So it pretty much talks about how Nas expressed their anger and disillusionment with the world and everything in it. The lyrics suggest that the world has betrayed them and is full of violence and pain. They wish they had never been born into this world and hate both the planet and the people who live on it. The lyrics describe the mental anguish and turmoil they experience, including feelings of hatred and the desire for revenge. They also address issues like police bu- brutality, racism, and corruption. Yeah, yeah, racism, police police brutality, and corruption. The lyrics reveal a sense of hopelessness and despair, and they feel trapped and unable to escape their thoughts and feelings. They express their anger and frustration through violent imagery and profanity, creating a raw and intense atmosphere. The chorus, "Fuck the World," is repeated throughout the song, emphasizing the overall message of the song. In conclusion, Fuck the World is a powerful expression of pain and disillusionment, fueled by rage and frustration. The lyrics are filled with violent imagery and profanity and create an intense atmosphere that reflects the profound sense of despair and hopelessness expressed in the song. So yes, very cool song, very dark message, very strong lyrics. I like it. Track number 13, y'all will realize. Now this is a this is a pretty solid track where it talks about where where Nas expressed their artists' assertiveness and confidence in their musical abilities. The repetition of the phrase "and in case you forgot, y'all will realize" emphasizes their conviction that their talent cannot be ignored or forgotten. They believe that their artistry will speak for itself, and that eventually everyone will recognize their worth. Mastermind's verse confronts the threat of violence and serves as a warning to detractors. He describes his willingness to defend himself with a gun and asserts that he is not afraid to take action to protect himself and his crew. Esham's verse is more introspective as he explores the inner turmoil that can come with being a successful artist. He describes the mental stress and suicidal thoughts that can accompany the pressure of fame. TNT's verse is braggadocious, and it emphasizes his skills as a rapper and a killer. The overall message of the song is that Nas is a force to be reckoned with, and that anyone who underestimates their talent will eventually be proven wrong. The representation of their teacher phrase serves as a kind of mantra for the group, reinforcing their confidence and reminding listeners of their worth. So pretty cool song, pretty cool message. I like it. Not really one of my favorites, but I like it. And now track 14 the night is mine. Um, Again, a pretty cool song. Um, I don't see no lyrics to this song, so pretty much this is a pretty cool song. Um, the night is mine. So pretty much, this also goes back to the main theme of the whole album. Where they talk about how they use God, devil, Satan, and hell, heaven as references. Where they talk about the harsh realities of the world and the night is mine. Basically, just crime, murder, all that stuff, all that jazz. But a pretty cool song. But pretty cool song. So I like it. So now track 15. Now I'm gonna put these two together. So track 15 and track 16 is Sunday School and Mad the World. So track 15 Sunday School, that's pretty much self-explanatory. So this is a pretty cool song where it just self-explanatory. It talks about church essentially, where it just talks about they don't want to go to church, they don't want to go to church and all that stuff. Like the song Sunday School but Natas is a passionate rejection of attending church or believing in God. Mastermind, Esham, and TNT each voiced their disdain towards those who tried to preach to them or convert them to Christianity. The song choruses repeats the line, I don't want to go to church, solidifying the song's message. Mastermind raps about his lack of trust in organized religion, stating that his religion is reality. He questions the purpose of life, expressing his frustration towards those who try to force their beliefs on him. Isham continues the theme of violence, confessing that he once tried to kill a priest. He identifies as the disciple disciple of Nodus, or Satan spelled backward, and considers suicide. TNT adds to the anti Christianity sentiment by stating that he has never been to church and never will go. Excuse me. He rejects the Holy Bible, finding it too hard to touch, and instead chooses to follow simple reasons rather than the Lord's Prayer. So yeah, pretty much yeah, a very really like this song is highly relatable to people who don't normally who don't normally go to church, and they just di- dislike the idea of being preached down to or being converted to Christianity. Because look, nothing wrong with religion, but people out like people who do practice it like that like they do act all hypocritical and holier than thou. And because of that, some people don't really trust some people don't really trust other people, because when you're in church, everyone will be all sunny, happy, and wholesome, and nothing seem and they just brush things off like nothing really happened. But when church ends, when church ooh, excuse me, when church is over, then they want to start acting all crazy and violent and just all around. They start acting like a plung out fool. So and, and not to mention, there stuff do happen behind closed doors, in like in very in like in like Catholic churches, where pre right where priests molest children. So yeah, so yeah, so yeah, that's why some people don't like going to church, because they can see they can spot the hypocrisy within people, the hypocrisy where where everybody acts all wholesome and happy, but when church is over, that's where they start adding on crazy and crazy, the depressed and suicidal. So yeah, very dope track, very relatable lyrics and very dark lyrics. Love it. Love love the song. Love it. Love it. Now, track 16 is yeah. Track 16 is Mad the World. So with this song, it's this is pretty though. So this song is usually is mainly self-explanatory as well. This one is all about knowledge depicts the rage and fury that the group feels towards those they consider their enemies. The lyrics talk about about being angry, hyped, and mad at the world, but also wording if their anger is directed towards just one person. The lyrics presented by Mastermind talk about wanting to retaliate against those who wronged him, to the point that he's willing to shoot someone and is prepared to die in the process. He raps, "Am I mad at the world or just you? My ex homie nigga, fuck it, I can trust you. Now, what the fuck do you to do? But just saying, fuck my crew. But it seems I'm the only player they want to stick a butt through." He is angry and frustrated with the fact that he cannot trust his former friends and that people only seem to care about killing him. The next verse presented by TNT talks about how the world has treated him wrongly and how it has driven him to the point of desperation. He raps about wanting to die, being chased by the police, and the world wanting to hate him. He is angry with the way society has treated him, and he feels like he is constantly living in a mad world that is trying to destroy him. The final verse presented by Esham talks about how he cannot take the pressure of life anymore and that he is suicidal. He writes about that he burns Bibles, hoping that heaven will fall, and that he is ready to shoot anyone who comes his way because he is mad because he is mad the whole planet. So very cool song, very dark song, very dark lyrics. I like it. Now, the last two tracks, track 7 and 18. Track 17 is Pro Politic Tactics, and 18 is No Fall Insurance. So pretty easy to go by. So track 17 is track 17 is pro politic tactics. Very cool song. Where it just talks about where it just Esham just going into his devilish flow on this song right here, and which leads into the last track of the album, No Fault Insurance, which talks about the lyrics to No Fault Insurance by Natas are a disturbing depiction of a troubled mind. The chorus repeated throughout the song asserts that the singer is aware of of his own problems and acknowledges that he is responsible for them. He is crazy and lazy and knows that the woman he's with doesn't love him, but he seems to blame no one but himself for his predicament. The rest of the song describes the singer's violent tendencies and suicidal thoughts. He boasts about his willingness to take drugs and and his disregard for his own life, but he reveals his desperation for someone to love him. He refers to himself as a big bad wolf and describes his violent interactions with the people. With the people, the final, with the police, the final stanza suggests that he has killed the women he's with and is surrounded by police as as he realizes what he has done. The song's a harrowing look at the mindset of someone who seems to be on the edge of a complete breakdown. The lyrics are violent and graphic, but they also reveal a sense of internal struggle and self awareness that is both tragic and disturbing. So very nice way to so very cool song, very dark lyrics, and a very cool and a very cool way to end off the album. And that's no fault no fault insurance. And that's the whole album. And let me search out the meaning for the ninth mind. Not the ninth mind and and try 17. Oh no, I can go back to the ninth mind. I look up the meaning to this song. Track 6, 14, and 17. I don't think it tells you. But I also know like when I think of the ninth mind is pretty much like rule the world. Pretty much you talking about ruling the world and everything, and how like you're like want to murder and crime at nighttime, murder, crime, all that stuff. The night is mine, and track 6 that just talks about um can I rest in peace? Can I just rest in peace? Like pretty simple song for track 6 and track 17. What I mean, pro politic tactic. They got they got some pretty weird titles for their songs. Whatever. So overall, Deep Deep Believe in God is a very dope album. Very dope album. I love the production by Esham, and I love how it's very dark, very gritty, very evil, and very satanic. But it's also very truthful because all the stuff they all the stuff they talk about in this song speaks truthfully about what goes on in the world today: crime, murder, suicide, um, failed the how the justice system failed us, um, very flawed very flawed religion, and a lot of very dark serious topics that they covered, and they covered them in a very brutal but also very honest way. And this by and this is by far one of the darkest deadliest horrorcore albums that's ever been made in the mid 90s. Like one of the darkest, deadliest albums in Nas's discography, and and I'm glad that this album was made so that these three artists, Esham, Mastermind, and TNT, can express their anger, frustrations, their disillusionment, and their confusion into one album, and just uh, addressing it very accurately and very truthfully about the world, about how flawed Detroit is, and just how they experience a lot of harsh, disturbing um experiences that they went through when they lived in Detroit. So I'm gonna give this album a very big thumbs up. Similar to Kill the Fetus, I'm giving this album a very good thumbs up, a very big thumbs up, because this is a true horrorcore classic within within the name of within Nas's name, and Nas doesn't get much respect as they deserve, because they're an acquired taste because of their very dark, very demonic lyrics. But as someone who, but if you're a fan of Natas, a fan of Esham, you will love this album, including Kill the Fetus, because both those albums, while dark, demonic, they do speak about the very harsh realities of the world. So with that being said, do you believe in God? Gets a very big thumbs up. This is a very dope album. A very dope album. So that ends my Esham and Natas discussions. And for my next review, I'm going to review two albums by two different very good artists. That Feels Good by Jesse Ware, and In the Meantime by Alicia Cara. So stay tuned on that. And with that being said, I'm going to end this live stream. I'm going to end this live stream right here. This is Rayshawn Butler, and I'll see you in the next live stream. Peace.